So I'm sure you all have this sheet. Okay. So take out this sheet and be ready. So here we have Mr. Nobody. Okay, I'll just write the name. So here we have Mr. Nobody. Okay, this is the poem, the name of the poem. And one more thing which I want everyone to know is that so everyone is ready now. Okay, so here, first thing. I would read this. This is Mr. Nobody. This is the title. Okay, this is the title of the poem. Anonymous. Anonymous. Who knows the meaning of anonymous? Can you come and tell me? Can you tell everyone what is anonymous? Okay. Normally, like, when anything, a poem is written, a story is written, we know who the person, the author or the poet who wrote this. Okay, so we put the byline, by, like, Walter de la Mare, by Rosina, Christina Rossetti, by William Wordsworth. So you know the name. When you don't know the name of a person who wrote this, now this poem was written, we don't know who wrote it. It's a very popular poem, but we don't know. So we write anonymous. We write anonymous. We don't write by anonymous, we write anonymous. That means nobody knows who this person is. That means so anonymous means unknown. We don't know. Mr. Nobody is unknown. We don't know who wrote it. Okay, but it is a very, very popular poem. Clear, everyone? So I wanted all of you to know, you can write down. In your sheet, you can write down anonymous, unknown poet or unknown author. So this is a new word you are learning. Okay, anonymous. And how do you say it? Anonymous. Okay, that's how you say it. Okay, now I want volunteers to come and read this. I'll read it once and then I want you people to read it. Okay, because poetry reading is called recitation, and how you read it makes a difference. Okay, we can ruin the poem, we can enhance the poem, we can do whatever we do by our reading skills. Sometimes, we can ruin it if we don't read it the right way. So there is a way in which we read it. So here, you have to not run through, you have to pause and enjoy and feel the poem. The poetry is all about feeling. So you have to feel it. And according to me, you have to give poem 3 readings. Okay, reading 1, just to read it. Reading 2, to understand the content. Reading 3, to understand the message and everything. The central idea, the theme and everything. So this is the basic format of going through a poem. Okay, so now, Mr. Nobody. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse, who does this mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. Okay? It's he who always tears our books, who leaves the door ajar. He pulls the buttons from our shirts and scatters pins afar. That squeaking door will always squeak, for Prithvi, didn't you see? Will leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. He puts damp wood upon the fire that kettles cannot boil. His are the feet that brings in mud and all that carpet soil. The papers always are mislaid. Who had them last but he? There's no one tosses them about but Mr. Nobody. So this is how he is. Okay? Very bad person. The finger marks upon the door, but none of us are made. We never leave the blinds unclosed to let the curtains fade. The ink we never spill, the boots that lying round you see are not our boots. They are all belong to Mr. Nobody. So this is the poem. I want you to read. Who will come and read? You can bring your paper, you can bring your sheet, and you can read there. Okay, there are 4 paragraphs or 4 stanzas or 4 verses. Today we are going to use the word stanzas. So this is stanza 4 and this is this and this. This is one stanza. I don't know why it has been in 2 different slides. So this is stanza 3 and this is stanza 2 and this is stanza 1. Okay. So we have 4 stanzas. Who would like to read? Would you like to come out and read? Yes, please. I can see a hand in gauze. I can see a hand raised. Please come out with children. Yes, both of you come out. One of you can read the first 2 paragraphs or you can alternate however you want. Okay. Para 1, para 2, para 3, para 4. You can alternate also. Or if you want, you can read 2 at a time. Yes. You can begin.
I know a funny little man as quiet as a mouse who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house. There is no ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we break we cracked by Mr. Nobody.
Very nice. Okay. The next one can be read by the other boy. You can alternate. Like
Is he
yeah. Yes,
who
start.
always tears out books, who leaves the door ajar, he pulls the button from her shirt and scatters pin afar. That squeaking door will always squeak. Or Preet, don't
Pretty.
you see we leaving the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody?
Yes.
He puts them wood upon the fire that kettles cannot boil. His are the feet that bring in mud and all the carpets soil. The papers allow are misled. Who had them last but he? There no one tosses them about but Mr. Nobody.
Okay. Next.
The finger marks upon the door by none of us are made. We never leave the blind unclosed to let the curtain fade. The ink we never spill, the boots.
That lying round you see are not our boots. They all belong to Mr. Nobody.
Okay. So this is very nice. Thank you, children. Thank you for Yeah, I'm just requesting Archimedes to, yes, thank you. That's better. So here we have, now have you understood who is this Mr. Nobody? Who is this Mr. Nobody and what is he doing? Who is, anyone who can tell me? This is a poem about whom? Who is this person, Mr. Nobody? Or who is Mr. Nobody? Who can tell me? Do you think? I know a funny little man as quiet as a mouse who does this mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face. And yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. So basically, um, this poem tells us that in every house, there is a funny little man who lives, and this man's name is Mr. Nobody. Okay, I just want to know, does a Mr. Nobody lives in your house? He lives in my house. What do you think this whole poem is about? What is the poet trying to tell? Okay, what is your interpretation? You read the poem. What do you think it is? What is your interpretation? But there is going to be nothing wrong. I just want you to come up and speak and tell me what, after reading the poem, what did you understand of it? So that's it. Don't worry about, like, I won't be right. It's fine. It's okay. We learn by not, if we keep quiet and sit, we don't learn much. Okay?
None but little children.
The little,
Child.
yes. So, yes, very good. Very good. You're very close. Yes. So, see, in every house, every day, okay, we have some kind of mischiefs going on, some kind of messes going on. Messing matlab koi kachra vachra pada rehta, like, we mess the room, we do this on everyday things. Okay, sometimes a plate will break, sometimes we will do something, like, things do happen. But when you know children and even older people, they don't like to own up कि ये गलती मेरे से हो गई या मैंने किया. So if we try to hide it, okay, we will try to, like, that everybody in the house overlooks it. कोई गलती हो गई, चलो छोड़ो इसको, overlook करो. So we will blame it on others. We will blame it, like if your mom asks ये plate किससे टूटी, if there are 3 children, मैंने तो नहीं तोड़ी, then who came? So there was some, nobody is agreeing कि ये मैंने तोड़ी है. Okay, nobody. So this is Mr. Nobody. Okay, and what are the things that are happening in the house? Now, obviously, there is no real Mr. Nobody. This is a person who doesn't even exist, but he is a person whom we will blame for कि मैंने तो नहीं किया, पता नहीं किसने किया. So this ये पता नहीं जो है, ये Mr. Nobody है. So what kind of a person he is? He's a funny little man. Yes, because this poem is meant to be funny. How he is very quiet. Quiet. अब घर में अगर चूहा होता है, चूहा, we always compare, they are very sly creatures. वो धीरे धीरे, कोई शोर नहीं, कुछ नहीं, they'll be doing their job. So this man is also doing his job. Okay, and he lives in everybody's house. Nobody has ever seen him. No one ever sees his face. Because, yes, there is no real person who ever exists. Okay, so he is someone who is the scapegoat. Scapegoat hota hai, like, Mr. Nobody, you can write down, is scapegoat. Okay, learn this word. Scapegoat is a person जिसके ऊपर, like, we put सारा blame डाल देते हैं. Okay, sometimes when there is a fight and everything in the classroom, and one person will be given the whole blame because of this person, that is a scapegoat. And कई बार ऐसा होगा like that person has not even done anything. So Mr. Nobody is like a scapegoat, okay? That this person has done, okay? Something. All household problems, जितने भी हमारे घर में छोटी, they are not like serious problems, like छोटी मोटी problems होती हैं, everyday problems. We blame it on Mr. Nobody because nobody owns up. Nobody will say, I have done it. So everybody will like, I don't know. So nobody did it in the house. So this nobody is Mr. Nobody. Okay. So we say, now supposing a plate broke. Okay. Sometimes your maid will break a plate. It is by mistake, like, when she's washing the utensils, a plate breaks. She will quietly, like, throw it in the dustbin, and sometimes you will not even realize that there is a broken plate. But if you ever realize this plate टूट गई थी, पता नहीं बीबी जी हमसे तो नहीं टूटी, so nobody wants to take. ऐसे अगर किसी बच्चे से टूट जाती है तो so nobody wants to take the blame. Okay, so ऐसे like this is Mr. Nobody. So he is a scapegoat, just someone to blame. That's it. Okay, he's a funny little man, white as a mouse, and no one has ever seen him. He lives in every house, but nobody has ever seen him. Because in reality, this person does not exist. Okay, that is the thing. Now, let's go to this one. Okay, now what are the things this person does? He tears the books. Who will tell me what are the mischiefs this person does? He tears the books, leaves the door ajar, pulls the buttons, scatters pins, like, the squeaking door will always squeak. Why? Because he will never oil the door. When sometimes the door hinges are making a squeaking noise, वो चू चू की आवाज आती है, दरवाजा खोलो बंद करो, तो you have to only oil it, okay, to stop that sound. But he's not doing it, so that squeaking door will always squeak because nobody is oiling it. Okay, for Prithi. Now this is an old English word which means please. What does it mean? Please. Because this is an old English, this poem was released like, in 1947. So it's like quite old. Yes. We leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. So oiling, why the door will squeak? Because no oiling. No oiling. Done. So nobody is taking responsibility. Anyone can do it. Why wait for someone? Or your mom has to ask you, or your dad has asked you to do these small little household chores. Okay. So the major things this person does is he messes the house, he does small mischief, and he also, like, breaks and cracks things. So this is all the things which he does. So underline this. These are the things Mr. Nobody does. What mischief is done by Mr. Nobody? Okay, so these are all the mischiefs, including in the first paragraph, we said that even cracks all plates. Okay, every broken plate, the credit goes to him. Have you done this all? Have you underlined and done this? If yes, I can move on to the next slide. Okay. Here. Now more mischief. You will tell me what else he is doing. What else he is doing? More mischief. Can you tell me? In this third paragraph. When you want the wood, like, because this poem was written in Western world, in European country. So what happens is there we have this fireplace. and you have to put dry wood in the fireplace to burn. But what is this Mr. Nobody doing? He's putting damp wood. Damp wood. So normally what they used to do, they used to, whenever they had to boil a kettle because there was a fire burning, they would put a kettle on the logs and the water would boil. But now because he has put damp wood, gilli lakkadi. Okay, so how is it going to? It cannot boil. And his feet will bring the mud. Like, because you're walking outside, your shoes have mud under it. You don't, like, when you come inside, you never bother to clean your shoes or clear your shoes of mud. So you have brought mud inside the house, and all the carpets are soiled. Like, when you walk, so carpets are, or there are all, like, stains of mud, or you leave mud on the carpet. So this is again another thing this Mr. Nobody does. Now this will continue here also. Like, this is um, this is third paragraph and continued with this. This is also. So he is always mislaid the papers. What else he is doing? Imagine this person is so vicious, so bad that he is always, papers are always mislaid. Newspapers. Normally when the newspaper comes, you have a space in the house where you leave it, okay? Where the whole family knows, okay, the paper lies here. When you want to read it, you read it and then you put it back there so that another person can come and read the newspaper. But what happens here? He will put the newspaper wherever he wants. Okay, and so mislaid, not in the space. Who had then last but he? There's no one tosses them about but Mr. Nobody. So he will just throw it. Tossing is lightly throwing it. So probably in any room, in any place, anywhere, he will lightly, like, after reading the paper, he'll just throw it. So again, look at him. So many different mischiefs he's doing. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Here. What else he does? Who will tell me? And now I want the answer from you. What else is he doing here? Very easy. Who will come out and tell? Any volunteers? What are the other mischiefs he's doing? Anyone from Archimedes, Euclid, or Brahmagupta? Anyone? What are the other things he's doing? It's very clearly written. Finger marks. Sometimes when our hands are not very clean, हम दीवार पे हाथ लगाते हैं तो वहां पे marks रह जाते हैं. डोर पे हाथ लगाते हैं तो वहां पे, like, so he has finger marks upon the door. Then blinds unclosed. Okay, so we have, like, blinds. Everybody knows what is a blind. So hum, like, we can pull it and close it. So if you leave the blinds unclosed, the curtains will fade. As a result, the curtains fade. Ink spilled, boots lying around. Okay, so they all are Mr. Nobody's fault. He continues with his messing up. He's messing the house. He's doing small mischiefs. He's doing all these rotten things in the house. Everyday thing, nothing serious. Okay, and nobody is taking the blame for it. They are blaming Mr. Nobody. They're saying, okay, Mr. Nobody has done this. Okay, so here we are done. So many things. Okay, so now we have to discuss all this. What do you think is the theme? What is the theme? Now, theme is on which this poem is based. The whole poem is based on something. So what do you think is the theme here? Yes, the whole poem says something. No, No responsibility taken. For what? So this is the theme. That nobody takes responsibility. अगर तुमसे कोई गलत काम हो जाता है, आप उसकी responsibility लेना नहीं चाहते. Okay? You will not go and tell that, oh, I did it. You try to hide the fact. And that's a very true. Like that's for humans, not only you, even adults and other humans. When anything wrong, when something nice happens, you want the whole world to know. But when even a small little wrong you have done, you don't want to own up. Okay, so this is it. Now, message. What do you think is the message here? What message does it give you? What message? Message is what is the central line, like, which you have understood from here. So, what is the message here? If you're not taking, be responsible. Be responsible. Okay? Own up. Own up. Own up. If you have done something, own up. Have the courage to face the consequences. कोई भी हुआ आपसे गलती से हो गया ऐसे ये कोई बहुत बड़ी mistakes नहीं है. They are like everyday things that happen in every house. Okay, so just don't mind it. Okay, do it. Tone. Tone is when you read this poem, how you feel. Are you happy? Is it playful? Are you sad? So what kind of feeling did you get when you read this poem? Was it fun? Was it cheerful? Like, how is the feeling? So who will answer this question? Now, when you know these two, I'm sure you know this also. That how did you feel when you read this poem, when you went through this poem? I'm sure you know the answers. Okay? So please come forward and answer. You can use adjectives. Yes, I can see a hand raised in Euler. Last on this side. Is anyone ready to answer? Okay. Amusing. This is amusing. Fun. Amusing matlab entertaining. Okay, when you read it, it is entertaining. You enjoy it. Okay. Light. Nothing serious. Light-hearted. So this is the tone of the poem. Okay. Now, there must be a lot of vocabulary and terms used here. So I want you to answer those. I want. So underline the words you have come across. Underline the words you have come across and we will work on it. So which is the first word you want to learn? The words here. We can move on to the next slide and we can do the words. Okay. And the meanings. We can do the words here. When you read it, which is the word which you want to learn? What is the meaning of mischief? Who will come out and tell me the meaning of mischief? Word सबको पता है लेकिन can you tell me? Who will tell me what is the meaning of mischief? I'm sure you want to know the meaning of this word, ajar. I have already told this meaning once. I don't know when, but I did. When आपका दरवाजा पूरा बंद भी नहीं होता और पूरा खुला भी नहीं होता, बीच में होता है. That is ajar. हाँ, like door not completely closed. Door left a little unclosed. Okay, when a door is not completely closed. Okay, so little unclosed, it is stuck in the middle, that is ajar. Like, you don't pull it and close it. It is not shut, like, completely shut. So it is called ajar. The word here is ajar. So this is a new word for you. Yes. Now, what do you mean by squeaking? What is the squeaking sound? Squeaking. Which animal squeaks? Who knows? The animal that squeaks. Anyone knows the animal that squeaks? Which animal makes the squeaking sound? It's the mouse. Okay? The mouse makes a squeaking sound. And here, like, what is squeaking here? The door. Okay? So that is the sound when you have, like, rusty hinges or loose hinges. That is the time when you open the door and, like, it makes this squeaking sound. Okay? What will you call that? So squeaking is a high-pitched sound, a very high-pitched, annoying sound. High-pitched, annoying sound. Any other word which you would like to know? What is scatters? Scatters. What is scatters? The books were scattered everywhere. Okay? The thieves ransacked the house and everything was scattered. So what does scatter means? बिखरा हुआ. Scatter is बिखरा हुआ, like, so in Hindi it is बिखरा हुआ. So thrown everywhere. Or if you want lying everywhere also, lying everywhere. It's not like put in a place or in a nice way. It's just scattered. The papers were scattered everywhere. Okay, so these kind of things. Next is which other word? Toss. We have already done this word before also, I remember. It means to lightly throw something. To lightly throw something. Yes. What are blinds? What are blinds? एक curtains होते हैं. There are curtains. And then there are blinds. Nowadays, like, we use a lot of blinds. It can be, it has a rope, and then when you pull it, so they are like, we normally have like vertical, like horizontal blinds. We don't have vertical blinds. Okay, you pull them, they will all go up. You pull down the rope, they'll all come down. So they have strings to pull up and down. Okay, so very few vertical blinds are there, but normally, and they will just close like this. Okay, and curtains are made up of, like, basically cloth, and we all have in our houses those curtains. Yes. So anything? What is spill? What is the meaning of the word spill? S-P-I-L-L. When you spill something, what does it mean? Like, spilling is like, I spilled the food. I spilled the milk. So, like, when it kind of a liquid falls everywhere. That is like spilling. It goes out of the vessel or out of the whatever holder on the floor. So it is spilling. Water spilled from the bucket. So this is spilling. Okay. Any term which you would like to know? Any term? There are so many terms here. As quiet as a mouse in the first paragraph. What does it mean? It is a poetic device also. As quiet as a mouse. Aryabhatta, middle row, first bench. This girl who won, would you like to tell me what poetic device it is? As quiet as a mouse. Very simple. One of the simplest poetic device. Yes, beta, come forward. And the term means here is that someone who's very, very quiet, someone who never bothers others. So this funny little man is that quiet. And what is it? As quiet as a mouse?
Shy person.
It is. What is it?
Shy person.
It is simile. It is simile. The poetic device here is simile. Okay, everybody write down as quiet as a mouse because you are comparing someone with a mouse. So this is simile, and it is a term which tells us that somebody is too, doesn't bother others, stays in the sideways and just does his or her work. Yes. So what are the kind of mischiefs that are done by Mr. Here we have poetic devices. We don't have much in this poem. So I'm going to exit from here. Okay. So what are the things which we have learned in this poem about our learnings? Learnings about Mr. Nobody. What are the things you have learned about Mr. Nobody? Tell me. What are the things? You see the first paragraph and you will find so many things. What have you learned about Mr. Nobody? One thing from the first paragraph. I had even underlined it. So what are the things that you have learned? The very first line, he's a funny little man. So what kind of a person this Mr. Nobody is? Funny little. Okay. So he's a funny little man. Second line tells another thing about this. So what is this person? He is as quiet as a mouse. What is the third thing? He lives in everybody's house. This Mr. Nobody lives in everyone's house. What is next? Nobody has ever seen his face. What is next? Whatever happens in the house, we have to blame him because he is the one who has created the mess. He is the one who is breaking things. He is the one who's creating the problems in the house. So so many things are there about Mr. Nobody that you have learned. Okay. So anything else you would like to know about this poem? Next time if I have a quiz with you, yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. We'd like to, because time over, we'd like to close the class. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day.